conversation. The death toll from the devastating floods in the Eastern Cape has tragically risen to 90, including 60 adults and 30 children. In response, the provincial government will hold a day of mourning this Thursday in the Colony Village in Mthatha. Today, the Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane is visiting the hardest hit areas or in Mquma, a local municipality, to assess the damage and meet the displaced residents. We're now in conversation with the Eastern Cape CoGTA MEC Zolile Williams about the government's ongoing relief efforts. MEC, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. So yesterday we reported that the death toll has increased to 90. Is there any other update that you've received in relation to the death toll as well as those missing?
Good morning, Aldrin, and good morning to the viewers. Thank you for having us. The statistics are still standing at 90 deceased, and we would really want to continue sending our message of condolences to those affected families due to this devastating disaster that has beset us this past 2 weeks.
Yeah, and in relation to those that have been reported missing, are you making any headway there?
Well, we must appreciate the work of our rescue teams. Those are committed people, Aldrin. They have been given instructions to comb. Remember, the area is quite muddy, so some of the bodies may be under the mud. So we have instructed them to comb everything thorough, to try and bring back those bodies, because many of the families are coming, indicating that they've not seen their loved ones. So we're there to counsel them, giving them psychosocial support. So we are still on the ground for search and rescue, for rescue and search of those bodies. So that work continues. And we want to be clear that we can't guarantee that the total is now 90. This number is elastic. Every day they find something, some body. Will have to update you as the media. Thank you.
Yeah. And then let's speak about the mop-up operations now. When we look at the mop-up operations, some of the concerns that have been raised by residents is access to clean, drinkable water. What's the response of cooperative governance and traditional affairs with regards to that, and also the availability of water tankers in the meantime?
Yes, you would remember that, Aldrin, water was majorly affected, and electricity. And those two, especially in water treatment plants, they work together. So we were able to restore electricity. Pumps were damaged such that they had to be replaced, and some had to be sent to East London for repairs. That has been done. And now we are beginning to fill up the reservoirs so that everyone who has access to piped water could have that access. But we've got about 10 trucks, water cutting trucks, that would be visiting those areas that have no access, so that we can ensure that our people do get water. So those areas that have been identified, we know most of them, so we are intervening to ensure that our people get access to water. So there may be minor glitches here and there when the truck has not yet arrived, and so I would accept those, but Water Affairs has given us lots of trucks. The district municipality, my department, has also given trucks. So I think there are about 20 trucks operating in the space. So where we have not yet arrived, I believe that we will be there soon, because we are well coordinated on the ground.
Yeah, but with regards to that and the availability of resources, what's the major concern then from the Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs department around how do you make sure that everybody who is in need do get some level of assistance?
Well, we are currently still waiting for the funding to be provided to us as a province because of the disaster declaration as done by the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. But we are awaiting the minister at least by the 7th to come with that determination. However, we're using municipal and provincial budgets and various departments of government. Social development has come in, human settlements have come in, water affairs. So we are coordinated, all three spheres of government, to try and ensure that services are working. So I can indicate that in other areas, it's a matter of the system, because it was flooded, the water treatment system, it was flooded. So we are mopping it up, and then engineers, we've got engineers from national government, provincial, and the district working to try and ensure that those systems are restored. And day by day, we are restoring water services and other basic, including the roads that were closed. We have now opened many of them that were majorly affected, but we're still going on with bridges that are still having debris due to floods. We're working on clearing them because we don't want to contribute to another flood. So I'm saying we're trying to work on all these matters, but so far we are working as a team and all spheres through the district development model. And I think, Aldrian, through that efficient working relationship, we can change, we can improve and make the life of those affected at least a bit comfortable.
Yeah, we have some concerns also this morning, MEC, that is coming out of the Sinolwazi Center in Dikoloni, and some residents saying that they are being sent from pillar to post, some saying that they were turned away due to non-payment, leaving them stranded and without shelter for most of last night. Do you know about these concerns and these issues that have been raised, and why should there be payment?
Okay, no, Aldrin. I want to clarify that. In fact, it's you know how I must really be honest, how this team we're working with in the disaster center is effective, such that I think the official concerned because in every place where we allocate the residents who are affected, there's an official who's there working day and night to support those communities with every need. I think there was too quick action before the actual implementation day. For instance, that Sinolwazi school was supposed to be moved systematically today, but unfortunately they moved yesterday without the department, because Department of Human Settlements was arranging the BNB, so there was no finality yet, and unfortunately people were moved quickly. That's why you'll hear them complaining, hey, we even left our mattresses and things, because I mean, all of us want to ensure that the life is comfortable, but now this thing just put us into some disorganization, but it's a minor glitch. I can be honest with that. We are going to fix it. We are currently fixing it. I was just talking last night with the HOD Transport and the CFO and the MEC, not Transport, Human Settlements, and the MEC. So all that thing is being corrected. We will alleviate that, Aldrin. It's not our intention at all. But because people would want to give help, sometimes you may provide it when not all the systems are together to provide that particular help. But it's a minor glitch that we are attending to.
And just quickly, before we move on from that point, MEC, does this mean that this evening, and we're currently showing visuals of some of those residents currently at the Sinolwazi Center, does this mean that this evening they will be taken to BNBs?
I can assure you that we will make arrangements that they are properly cared for, like we did from the beginning. So we will definitely do it. You won't see them in the government printers now. And I'm here myself and other ministers, so we're trying to work on that. Aldrin.
Yeah, you were speaking about the release of the relief fund from National Treasury. Yesterday we were in conversation with the National Disaster Management Center, and as they said that as far as they are concerned, that money will only come in July. What happens between now and July? Do you know how much money currently the government is in need of in the Eastern Cape?
Well, as you would know, we are still dealing with the mop-up operation, including assessments. But what we have agreed on with our municipalities and various national government departments, because of the fortunate part of having just adopted our budgets recently, Aldrin. So we still have funds that we can use to intervene in areas where there's immediate need, like your pumps that are not working, clearing roads, getting accommodation for the communities, restoring the issue of uniforms for kids who do not have uniforms and books and all those things. We are trying to use what we have currently. We understand that government, in terms of that national declaration and determination, may take a few weeks before these things happen. But remember, as provincial government, through our own strategy, disaster risk strategy, we also arrange that we must, each department, put aside at least 2% of its budget so that you are able to respond on your own immediately as a province before national and other interventions come in. So we're at least working with our own resources, same as other government national departments that are using their own resources before that disaster funding would be forthcoming in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
But are you able to confirm how much that is?
Not yet. I can't confirm now.
All right.
Aldrin.
All right. MEC, as I told you that we were showing visuals to our viewers a bit earlier on of that center that we were speaking about, Sinolwazi Center, where some of the people have been taken to, who are saying that they couldn't find places to sleep overnight. Our reporter, Sipa Kema, is on that story for us. I just want you to quickly hold on the line there for us, MEC, as we quickly go to Sipa. Sipa, very good morning to you. We've heard what the MEC had to say. He says it's a minor glitch. It's something that will be sorted out. And by this evening, these residents will be taken to B&Bs. But what are you hearing from them about their level of frustration?
Well, Aldrin, I'll tell you what, the people here are painting a totally different picture to what the MEC is saying. Now, they tell us they were moved at about 10 o'clock from Sinolwazi Center. They were told by people who claimed to be working at OR Tambo District Municipality, telling them they need to vacate as that center is going to be closed. Now, this is in the middle of the night. You have the elderly people, you've got children as well, babies that are being upped and rooted in the middle of the night and in the cold. They were moved to a B&B. When they arrived at that B&B, which was after 11 o'clock at night, then they were told, Aldrin, that they can't stay there because there has not been any payment received for them to accommodate them. So they had nowhere to go, but after some time, they were then moved here to this community hall. Now, I just want to also show you this community hall. It is a huge community hall. It is cold at night. When they were moved, they tell us that when they were moved without their mattresses. The blankets that you see currently that they have, it's some people who managed to take blankets or blankets that they had from home. But all the mattresses and the blankets that they were given via donations, they were told to leave behind. They tell us that the people who were in the center or running the center, the ward committees and councillors told them that those items were actually hired and they did not belong to them. So they've had to leave them behind. Now, I just want to quickly show you so you can see what we're talking about. There's no mattress here. They're using clothes. This is hard concrete that they're sleeping on, Aldrin. This is where they've been sleeping the entire night. They have not yet been fed. We've got an elderly gogo here who is without her medication. Let me quickly bring her in. Makul, baqapha kusasa ukhangela ipilisi ujonga uba mawusele iphi ipilisi awunapilisi ngoku.
Akho nenye ipilisi ekho zilahleke phaya iseplastikini and bendisandothatha ekliniki.
Zilahleke phaa kulaa ndawo ubukuyo.
Ndilahleke kulaa ndawo bendikuyo and ndihlaba nenaliti, nditya iipilisi zepressure nezoswekile, ndihlabe nenaliti kacaba nezintso.
So utyile makhulu namhlanje?
Andityanga, akho kutya kaloku, khanditye.
So that's the situation, Aldrin. You've got elderly people who are diabetic, who've got high blood pressure, and this is the situation. I don't think having people sitting in the halls for this long is really conducive.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Sipakema there joining us from the Sinolwazi Center, the MEC for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs in the Eastern Cape. Zolile Williams also listening into that crossing there. MEC, what's your response then to those residents, including Umakulu there, who are speaking about having lost the medication and what the time now is 13 minutes before 9 o'clock and hasn't had anything to eat as yet?
Yeah. Aldrin, as I said, if you remember, that same center is the center where we were with the president. This is the same center where those members of communities said, President, except for needing land and electricity and being relocated to areas that are properly zoned for us to inhabit them, we have been well fed, we've got blankets, we've got everything, clinic services, we've got water. There was none of these complaints, Aldrin. And I'm saying to you without fear of contradiction that these officials that have acted on that, the BNB was not arranged properly yet. They removed people away from the center without well-coordinated agreement, because those people were supposed to be moved today, actually. That's why I'm saying those glitches are because of these actions. And in what has been provided, which I must be emphatic about, the mattresses that are there have not been loaned or something. That's not what I know and understand. Those mattresses are given to those community members who were residing in Sinolwazi. Everything, blankets and all that, such that we're beginning from yesterday, we're also beginning to give groceries so that those who are able to return home can have startup groceries with. So I'm saying, Aldrin, to me, this matter must not be blown out of proportion. We have been with these people. Mm-hmm. We have arranged currently that they must be given, provided with food and all the necessities, whilst we are arranging that they be moved to a place where they can be comfortable. So I'm saying, Aldrin, this is a minor glitch that we're working on to resolve. Health has been already informed. They must ensure that those people get the medications and so on. We've been having mobile clinics in all our centers, Aldrin. So this is just a minor glitch that has happened because of, we would not, in all fairness, it's inconceivable that people should be moved at night when the center, nobody wanted to use it for something else today. So it was just a matter of acting quickly and then messing up our systematic approach that we've been handling all these things with throughout these processes. So this matter, from yesterday when we got information about it after the job, we then begin to say, hey, they must be fixed, such that I think the CFO of Human Settlements has already landed in Tata. He was to land 6 o'clock today to try and arrange everything else that has to do with that, with those people that are at the government printers.
All right, thank you so much. Zolile Williams is the MEC for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs in the Eastern Cape. Visuals there of people at the Sinolwazi Center where they're currently being housed at before being taken to B&Bs. Still to come here on the